believe that's Game over on the who did get the deflection, but then a stun on the goalie, and Leverage picks up that loose disc. He's able to put it in for the right judge. The toss there leads him a little bit too far, and that one turns over. Seal was sending that one down on a clear and boost. He is there to collect that one. That is Seal's bag. Picking up, Grumpy is back to collect that one, but he's stunned out very quickly there by Seal's bag. And that one goes right in the hands of Mad, who brings that one in for the 3 from 17 meters out. Crum tries to handle that one. He gets stunned out. Game now picking that one up, looking for the pass behind the goal there to Voodoo, and then right into the hands of Grumpy, who gets saved.
And doing exactly that just there. You see how hard Flair is having to work here. I mean, they're forced to bring all 4 of their players into the goal as they go for the 2. Nice pass off.
Voodoo now with 3 Kang players around him gets that pass off cleanly to Crum. Crum sending that one to the ceiling. Game upside down, trying to take a shot on goal, and a good grab there from Matt. And
into the Flair zone and into Strem's zone, trying to find Mad all alone for one more pass. Will roam, extra on the newsstand. It is Kangorillaz with
a hand on that. Game looking at Crum. Crum moving in on the goal. He takes the shot. And his own teammate gets a hand on it. I think that was by mistake, but then Voodoo passing it off to Crum in front of the goal convert. Bugs out. Sealable bag with this, sending cross pass there to Strem. Strem and Sealable moving in 2-on-1 on the goalie, and that pass up to Sealable.
Pass and just a quick shot, making sure that they have the easiest look at the goal, and they did.
They did, and then that feed from Game up to Voodoo. Voodoo up on the ceiling, up moving in. The pass up to Voodoo, but then a quick shade, stun Voodoo out, and then another quick turnover there as Game up to Crum. Crum moving in and getting a great shot there.
You know, obviously it was a bit hit or miss with the restarts and the starts and stops, and those always hurt, any team's efforts. That one does go through for Seal, but yeah, if this is gonna be on point, they can definitely take this round 2.
So that pass up to Voodoo. Voodoo going to Grumpy on the shield, and Grumpy move it in. Excuse me, I got a cough.
I'll take it from you.
Sorry, that came out of nowhere. Right at the most.
I'll take it from you.
Sorry, that came out of nowhere. Right at the most opportune moment.
Oh, good. As
and down to the hands of Crum. Crum takes the rebound off that barrier. Crum going up to the ceiling. To Game. Game going across pass to Voodoo, and Voodoo pulling the goalie ass, but not there in time. Voodoo putting that one in for 2. Now Flare up by 4 in round 2.
There you go. Game with a little bit of Kang. And you know what? No disrespect on that.
That one in for 2. Now Flare up by 4 in round 2.
There you go. Game with a little bit of Kang. And you know what? No disrespect on that end, because honestly, Flare
4 in round 2.
There you go. Game with a little bit of Kang. And you know what? No disrespect on that end, because honestly, Flare, that's what they impressed me with. That's just the thing that they are so good at, impressive with more than anything to me when they're on.
That was a quick turnover by Flare from Kang, and Voodoo coming in on the shield, getting that cross pass
in the second round.
So Kang looking for that deep, clear pass, but then they are able to connect on it as a goalie came out of the goal to try to make a play on this one out, pull the defense out a little bit. Look for that pass across. Does make contact with Strem to Sealable to Leverage off of the shield. Leverage coming in, go there. A grab from Sealable, but right back in the hands of Grumpy. Gets a stun off. Grumpy up again. Game going to Crum. Crum moving in on the goalie there, putting that one in for 2, and now they're up by 4. By Strem, and then Strem off the 5-headed Leverage. And then it's back to Leverage, back over to Sealable. Sealable moving in on the goalie 1-on-1, and he does get the shot off. Goalie comes out to challenge.
Game less than a minute, could be an exciting finish here, but Flair needs to come through for that round 3. Oh, and they do with a save, but Kang
Mad back to Leverage. Leverage going across Strem. Strem now moving in on the bubble up to Sealable. Sealable moving in. Oh, what a grab there. I believe that was by Chrome Platypus, and then ultimately I'm going to be looking at maybe stealing myself. But Sealable now. Oh, off of that 5-headed Chrome. So it's going to float there. A little race for it into the hands of Game. Game sending that one in for the 3.
Incredible. I can't. I'm happy. I'm happy with these highlights in this 3rd round.
Yeah, that's Flair's definitely going to be looking over that one. And then long shot there from Game. And he hits that. Now is Leverage sending that one up to Strem. Strem now moving in. Does have someone attacking the goalie. They're trying to, and he does get the shot on as the distraction is good from Mad. And what a great opportunity there from Grumpy on the goal. But now it's going to be Voodoo moving in. Voodoo cross pass to Chrome. and Chrome finally was Strem, but right in the hands of Chrome. Chrome trying to send one out. Then it will be back in the hands of Kang again, so we might see another one of these onslaughts from both these teams. Oh, what a speed there.
Luckily, they recovered, and then they found the cross pass and got the goal.
So now Kang forcing a turnover from a bad pass from the goalie, and oh my goodness, leverage coming in on almost an interception or a steal there, and oh, turn it over, leverage. Now, excuse me, Sealable throwing it up at the empty net, and he does make it, and it's a one-goal game with just Trem sending that one in, and now it's in the hands of Sealable. Sealable looking for leverage, does connect on the pass. Leverage going back to Sealable and leverage moving in. Leverage does take that pass and puts it in for two. Moving in, going to the cross pass. The game does connect on it. Game now making some room, having his entire team. And no! With the pass over to Mad. Mad putting that one in for two. Taking Flair up by one, and that's going to be the game. Now off the 5 head of, I can't quite see who that, I believe that's Game over on the, who did get the deflection. But then a stun on the goalie, and Leverage picks up that loose disc. He's able to put it in for the two. Might judge the toss.
The time is now. Hello, everybody. Welcome to VR Master League. This is what's going to be, no doubt, the hypest match of the week so far in this epic rematch. Hoping for it. Flair versus Kangorillaz. Flair being the one to break that undefeated streak from Kang. And finally facing off here in their rematch 3 weeks later, almost to the hour. It was exactly 3 weeks ago to the hour, just about. So I'm excited. I'm Palidore, being joined here by SirDimwi. What can you tell us about this match?
Well, you say hope for a good rematch here. I am expecting a fiery rematch here between these two teams. Kang, number 2 Kang, coming in with that MMR of 1290, a ridiculous record of 11-2. One of those to Flair, one of those to Illuminati, with a 2-1 win versus Instinct on Friday. Also notable, Instinct getting a point around off of Kang there, so watch out for Instinct. Those guys are really pushing up here, but they're up. Kang is now coming in against number 3 Flair, a team that has absolutely, without a doubt, earned that number 3 ranking, and honestly pushing their way up. With a victory here, they could possibly push up into that number 2 position, but they're walking in with a rounded MMR of 1270, a record of 10-5, but 7-1 over their last 8. The only loss over that span of games coming to Joker. This is the most recent victory. That was 2-0 win versus Orbit on Friday. As we do have one of the teams ready up here, I am ridiculously excited, Palidore, as you know.
I can tell.
Matchup here, because these are two teams that are, I mean, the fiery Flair against the stalwart Kangorillaz. I am
the Gorilla E Kang. No, but. Absolutely. So in the last 3 weeks since their last matchup, I mean, Kang's been 4 wins out of 5 matches. Flair's been on a streak of 5 wins. As we hear the good luck's going through, so we are indeed about to start. Oh.
some noise there from Strem as well. Perfectly cut screams, as the subreddit is called.
Oh, Strem. Flair's been had 5 wins in their last 6 matches. And yeah, both teams absolutely on fire. So the round 1 about to start here. And I just want to make it clear how much can change in a few short weeks as we get this rollout here. So hold that thought. There's Voodoo holding the disc. It's Chrome Platypus. Their first couple points for Flair.
And Flair hammering down the exclamation point early in this one. 8 seconds in to get that first blood drawn here against Kangorillaz. That is absolutely massive for Flair here to get that one early on.
Now, as I was getting at, though, how much can change in a few weeks? Because last time around, the connoisseur vote, the fan vote on who was going to win, it was 43-3 in favor of Kang. 3 weeks ago. Today, 15-11, still in favor of Kang, but man, is that differential. Whoa, the shot of my Strumbitsky just got me all in a tongue-tied, but like, I don't even know. I'm excited, Dimwi. This is going to be a hype match, and what a slap by him.
That one was television worthy there. That feed in from Sealable to Shrem. Shrem under pressure from the defenseman. He's able to slap that one in for the 2. That was absolutely phenomenal.
I want to see what Kang does, because lately you mentioned the instinct match, and Kang lately has had a lot of close ones, and it's hard to see. Or hard to say which one we're going to get from Kang, as another pass goes out this time. Game to Chrome and into the dome, and it's 4-3 back and forth.
I mean, goalie was in position. He was ready and waiting for it. You know, he was expecting that pass to happen, and it does. A beautiful feed there from Game to Platypus, to Chrome Platypus, and Platypus just stuffing it in there for the 2.
Based on this pace, I don't think I'm going to have time for anecdotes, so just forget it. Back to the play-by-play. Go to Game here for Flair. They're up by 1. They've got the turnover cause, and going in for another one. Chrome Platypus getting stunned.
That is very out of character there for Kang to turn it over that quickly with the joust advantage. That shows you Flair has Kang playing on their heels right now.
Yeah, hot start for both these teams. The pace is just frantic. But going again, but losing the disc is Chrome. That is tough. Loss, and Seal will just have to deal it into the other side as they go for a boost and reception. But very well covered by that Flair defense.
That Kang defense, that bubble defense really shut Flair down there. Flair forcing that early turnover after that offensive joust from Kang, and then Kang just shutting them down in the bubble, and then getting another opportunity here, bringing it in, and it is Mad with the 2 from just 4 meters out at 17 meters a second to take the lead again.
So after what was some hardy defense from Kang on the other side, they eventually got the clear. Unfortunately, there was that miss grab, just kind of losing the disc from Chrome, I believe it was, but either or, Kangorillaz did get the clear. They eventually got the disc back, and look at that. It is, again, goal for goal, trading off. And it's just as exciting as advertised as they go here for a pass. And another one is just going to be missed there by Voodoo. Unfortunately, tough angle, but luckily Grumpiest is there for the recollection. The deep pass, another chance as they go. And right now, Game trying to dance with Sealable Bag, but instead gets tagged with the punch.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. The passes that led to that opportunity there from Voodoo were absolutely phenomenal. They were all speedy. They were all on their mark, and they were very, very quick to move down there. And then that was their only opportunity, as when they made that second attack, Kang shut them down, and then Kang again in the bubble there, just doing absolutely phenomenal to stop Flair here.
Mad, what a grab for him. Gotta mention Mad, because that game against Instinct, what a beautiful save that was. But yeah, just Mad really with some late game heroics was able to win the game for Kang. And it's kind of an interesting story as Loveridge goes for a pass, delivered, and there you go. It's going to be 7-4 for Kangorillaz.
That right there, that's a massive read there from Loveridge. He didn't have a favorable angle on the goal, and the goalie just arriving. So instead of trying to force that shot in to get himself some points, he sends it off to Shrem, who's sitting open on the shield, and Shrem in that high scoring area there, able to put that one in for the 2. That was absolutely phenomenal. There's a great read from Love.
There's the pressure as well, and again, the pace of this game is rather frightening almost, but it's coming through with some speed, and now trying to separate out for the passes. Grumpy taking this over, looking for another one, but look how fast they got to get rid of the discs because of the cutoffs here from Kang. The defense just insane.
Yeah, absolutely it is, and but Flair's passing has been phenomenal. As we see another one there, Game upside down on that left side shoulder block, feeds it under the goal there to Chrome, feeding that one through the defense, threading the needle just a little bit there. Beautiful pass sequence, and then Chrome, of course, so dangerous around the goal all the time, puts that one in for the 2.
Absolutely, great offense from him, and from Flair to get that other opportunity to capitalize on that one, just getting it under the goalie. And so back to Matt for a second. It's interesting too, because in that first game, you might have saw on those highlights from their first matchup, it was won on a game-winning goal with Matt on defense. Almost got the save, and it was, I know, a bit of a controversial one because a grab was had, but still got the shot. But you know what? It's going to be a factor here today as they go in for another 2-point play. And this one is Kangorillaz, this time Seal, assisted by the aforementioned Mad, 9-6.
And I'm not really, I kind of want to watch the replay there as Flair No one in the goal there. Oh, so goalie came out to challenge that pass. That was a really dangerous challenge. The pass coming to a player that was fairly far away from goal, so he doesn't get the grab on it, leaving that goal open for that shot. And then Sealable again off the backboard there from. That's got to be. I would hesitate about 20 meters out. Kind of hard to see. We don't have the UI pop up there 'cause that happened so fast. 23 meters out. That was absolutely phenomenal there from Sealable. So back-to-back goals from Sealable here to take Kangorillaz up now by 6.
Yeah, and going back to what I was saying just a moment ago too, before that goal, it's not to take anything away from Flair because they played extremely well and they did earn that victory and handed Kang their first defeat. The thing is, as Kang does go, or Flair goes for this pass, Flair, like I said, since that win, they've been hot. They've showed exactly why they won that game, and they've done it week after week now. Just winning the majority of their matches, 5 out of their last 6. So Flair has definitely cemented themselves as one of those top teams. No longer underdogs. They're no longer upsetting when they beat these top teams because they're just one of them now. They belong there.
They absolutely do. And just real quick to go back, this turnover here ultimately coming from, I believe it was Game on the far side of the blue bubble. Went for an interesting shot. There was a player in goal, a defender on him, and a defender between him and goal. Went for a 3-point shot anyways. That one dinging off the post, and now ultimately finds its way back in the hands of Kang, and we're going to go for another assault here.
So good crosses over there, patient and concentrated here. Mad looking for Sealable. Seal finds that shoulder pass. Strambitsky, the offender, cannot get the goal, though. Looks like may have been a pass towards the cutter there. I think that was Loveridge, but either way, they'll still get the disc back. So you'll have another shot at it, but there's a defense from Flair causing a lot of trouble. And in fact, it is Game just stunning out Mad, getting the clear, getting a shot, and it is a 3 from deep, and it's a 3-point match. What a fantastic play from Game.
I mean, that... we've been seeing Game hit these for weeks now, and 53 meters out, 17 meters a second, no hesitation on that one, through the mail slot. I mean, what more can you say about that? Just reading out the facts of it, it's just good. That was absolutely phenomenal.
And I just want to say too, forget that a second. Grumpiest Broom gonna get that disc, retrieve it. So sneaky, saying this game is a pub. You know what? I kind of disagree. The thing is, fantastic defense can make an offense look stupid sometimes. That is just plain facts because it's so much more nuanced. But you see the aggression from both these teams. I mean, they're missing some of these opportunities because look at the defense. It's so dang aggressive.
I mean, on that point, I mean, you cannot compare this game to pub because even with both teams' defense shutting down, doing a really good job of disrupting lanes.
Look at that!
My goodness,
that is nothing pub about that!
From Strum, he intercepts that pass, 18 meters a second, 22 meters out. What I really wanted to point out was how these guys are not holding on to this disc for more than a second at a time. These passes are these are one-touch passes from one end of the arena to the other, and that's not pub play. That's not silver play. That's master level, master tier Echo Arena here that we're seeing right now.
Absolutely. Couldn't say it better myself. That cross pass going to be assaulted. You see that right there, for instance, getting it knocked loose again. Game tried to go for the cross pass, but what happened? Kang cut off the one right down the middle, so he had nowhere to go. Got stunned, and that's the defense I'm talking about. Again, look, half a second passes. Defense forces a turnover. This is the best of Echo Arena and what it has to offer in terms of the gameplay, in terms of the defense, offense, everything, passing. It's all in line. That shot just might be on line as it goes deep and just dings off that top post. Voodoo trying to headbutt it out. Taken back here by Strambitsky. Right back again and again, and a slam dunk for 17-9. But what a series, what a flurry.
I mean, that sequence right there, I mean, that's the story of this game. This back and forth, quick grabs from one another, shutting each other down. But then it ultimately ends up as a goal for Kang. I mean, we see the scoreboard 17-9, but that is not telling the full story of this game here at all.
Not at all. Right there, one last shot will be saved out. Kangorillaz stamping their victory here in the first round, 17-9. But like you said, feels a lot closer than it says on the scoreboard because, boy, was that just back and forth and some incredible plays on both sides.
I mean, you want to talk about 50-50 split here. You look at the overall, the team stats. Possession time is exactly 50-50, 252 apiece. Shots taken right near the 50-50 line, 8 to Flair, 10 to Kang. And then assists 3 apiece, saves 2 to 4, steals 0 to 4. Kang coming around coming out with the more steals here, which is obviously the deciding factor overall. But stuns 42-41. I mean, that is absolutely ridiculous how even those team stats are. But then you go to the individual player stats. Shrem kind of popping off in that round one there, picking up 10 points, the current game high. Sealable with 5, Mad with 2. And then Chrome Platypus picking up 6 in game with that 3, that 52-meter 3 from going through that mail slot. And then assists, kind of spotty around the board here. 2 to game, 1 to Voodoo, 1 apiece to Leverage, Mad, and Sealable. So a lot of teamwork there on Kangorillaz around the bubble. And then also notable is Mad with the game high saves of 3, and then 2 to Voodoo, 1 to Leverage.
So as we get set for this second round, my apologies, just taking a sip. Intense match, round 2 about to start. And let's see what happens here. Flair needing a comeback around. They're certainly capable. The Kangorillaz, Strembitsky, as much as anyone always says, it's almost good when Kang loses the first round because it wakes them up. So we'll see what happens there. Is look at that good coordination game, getting the stun on the, or getting the shot off the stunned goalie. So Flair with a very unorthodox opener off that joust.
Also notable is just like in round 1, Flair getting that early goal, 8 seconds. That was the same thing in round 1, an 8-second goal off that first joust for Flair. So Flair, kind of repeating that performance, showing their strength on the joust here.
And Leverage rolling out here, but absolutely the concentration, the focus to pull off plays like that, opening it up. I mean, the margins of difficulty so small here as they go for a pass. Right there, good dive from Grumpiest Broom. Takes it, clears it, but into the waiting hands of Leverage. Finds Mad. Very, very, very close quarters passing, but there is danger close. It's Strembitsky now with 12 points on the match, bringing it back to a 1-point game.
And there was a defender there that read that pass. He went out to make a play on it, but that was just the perfect feed there from Mad to Strem right in front of the goal, threading the needle literally. Strem puts that one in for the 2.
And when Strem is feeling it, when Strem is lighting up those goals and leading the score for Kangorillaz in a efficient fashion, you know Kang is going to be feeling good. They're going to have themselves a good game. I mean, he is a huge part of their offense as anything. It's very pass heavy, but oftentimes you will see Strem being the last recipient of the pass before the shot. Going in for a shot, but losing the disc again here. Looked like attempting to shield, and now he'll still find the goal as a matter of fact. So Voodoo with a little bit of Voodoo magic.
Yeah, Voodoo lost control of the disc there right in front of the goal. Just saying, no, this is mine. I'm taking it. And he recovers the disc, puts it in on the backside of those. Ooh, we get a restart here.
That we did from Kang. It looks like they lost.
Yeah, we did see.
Mad.
Unfortunate timing there. As we do lose all of our stats, and that is so disappointing, especially in a game like this where stats are going to tell such a story regardless of what the scoreboard says.
That's okay. Someone will go and add it up. Probably Leverage. He's the one who analyzes this stuff a lot, the video footage over the years. He's the encyclopedia, so I'm sure he can add up some stats and DM it to me or something. Or I'll just do it afterwards. But yeah, well, if nothing else, this does give us a little break to breathe, because again, the pacing was so fast in that one, and it was fun to watch, but boy, am I already out of breath.
Yeah, no, that was I mean, that's the games like this are so exciting to cast because they're almost effortless. There's you never run out of anything to talk about. There's something always going on, something always exciting happening. You really just need to talk. There's no space to fill. You just talk about what's happening. It really makes, at least for me, it makes the job so easy. Job using in a certain connotation, but yeah, it's absolutely a phenomenal. I mean, this is so this is fun. This is fun.
I mean, those first 2 minutes of the opening round, I was trying to tell a story, paint a picture, and that they kept coming back and forth with a amazing play over amazing play. And I didn't even have time to tell my story, and that's fine with me, just because the action was so fast-paced. I even saw in their GS Hollow, he's, if I'm correct, you're one of the newer, not players, viewers to Echo, and I noticed him saying too, up above a little bit, it says even though Flair was down during the second half of that game, their aggression and man-to-man was so strong, the efforts from both teams were at 110%, and that just lends credence to what we were saying about, despite the end score, 17-9 in round 1, it didn't feel like it because of the pace.
And Zenith asking what the first round score, I believe it was 17
To 9.
9? Yeah.
So, yeah, off that reset, though, got Mad back involved here. So Kangorillaz are the one with the launch, are the one. So with the 1 on 1, see if Strem can get it done. He does. And right there, it's a 4-point match for Kangorillaz, still down by 1 as Flair prepares the launch.
That was a beautiful shot there from Strem. I mean, the sound of that ding, I'd say about half the time players hear that sound, it's a horrible sound to hear. You hate hearing it. But the other half of the time, it's one of the most satisfying sounds because you played the edge there so close that you dinged it on the way in, and that's absolutely phenomenal. Ooh,
oh man, that was almost a beautiful rollout, but a very tough angle, almost directly a vertical from the goal. So he had to almost look overhead to get that one in, but look at the dunk. Nice recognition game to Voodoo.
Yeah, that's setups like that in the bubble were really hard to defend against. You had a couple Kang players there, the goalie and a defender, trying to prevent that from happening, but it happens nonetheless, as there were 2 Flair players around the goal and the player with the disc getting the feed in. That was absolutely perfectly executed there from Flair to get that too.
And look at that defense as well, splitting off here for the Flair stack to contest both the QB and that first pass. But Kang, just the excellent passing around the mid, finally manages to knock it loose here, so does take a bad bounce, but just, again, that defense is so tight and just leaving no room for error, it seems like.
No, I mean, yeah, no, there's no room for error in this game at all whatsoever.
So that's going to be a soft pass up to Game, just finding it, but look at the good grab from Mad. Last possible second, he saves it.
Yeah, I have nothing to even add on that one. That was a ridiculous save there from Matt.
So boosting for it, Strem has it taken away by Game. He's going to go for another one, and that is gorgeous from Game. He is turning up right now, lighting the goal up for Flair, going up 10-4.
You know, I might as well just hang my controllers up now. I mean, Game hits these shots. He has been hitting these so much lately. It's just, why do I even try? That is ridiculous from Game.
I don't think even he's trying. It looks effortless on that one. Just calm, collected. I mean, he's knocking these discs loose. He's getting these loose grabs, and he still just finds the concentration to hit these perfect shots. But now a rebound here by Flair, and they're going to go up by some more. It's Chrome.
Game looking for another one there. Very, very close, but just off the mark. But Chrome's able to get there first. I didn't quite see what was going on in the backfield. I have to assume there were some stuns going out to stop those back chains from Kang. To get down there, to even make an attempt to stop Chrome. Chrome putting that one pretty easy. And now Flair's running away with the lead here. Currently up by 9 with 5 to go.
So a reversal of fortune for Kangorillaz. They opened up hot, and again, the 17-9 win. But look at this. This is just a 13-4 lead for Flair, and even scarier is the fact that they have the disc back again to go up some more. Maybe push this to a double-digit lead as they go in for barely a missed pass.
That was so close. That was going to be a goal for sure, as Chrome was cutting in across the goal, the crease right in front of the goal, and just couldn't get the grab on it. And then a great stun there from, I believe that was Grumpy to get that one on the bubble, but then, ooh. Yeah, Ooh is right. That feed from Loveridge to Strem behind the goal. Strem pulling Grumpy out of the goal for the challenge. And, of course, that always leaves it open. So if that shot gets past you, it's going to go in, and it does there. And now Kang getting themselves a little bit closer here with 4:20 to go.
And wasting no time at all, though, on that play for Strem. I mean, the split second that he received it, that disc was gone. I mean, he had to act fast. Right now, acting even faster off a shot. Couldn't quite make it, but a rebound will go to Loveridge, so that at least get the 2 for consolation. 4 minutes left, and it is still mighty close.
That was a fantastic read there from Strembisky to get the interception on that pass attempt, and then just off the mark a little bit, only an inch or two to the left, it would have gone in. But Loveridge was there to get the rebound, put in for the short points, get the 2, and they're now back within 5.
Yeah, and going in for a quick shot. Who was it? Was it Game? It was Game. He's insane, and he is just going off right now, leading Flair to possibly this second-round victory. What more can you say? He is just been a absolute dominant force this past month now of VRML.
I mean, game is the game. I don't know what else to say. That that was ridiculous, and I'm getting jealous at this point. Oh no! Ooh, what a grab there from Matt to stop that.
Yeah, I mean, this is game's game, and we're just living in it, I guess. The sealable bag, however, is going to roll up. 3 different Kangos trying to bother Grumpiest Broom, running interference, and finding the 2.
You know, we saw there were a lot of names on the screen as that was happening, but what was really going on, what really made that happen, that 3-on-1, was SirDimwi in the back, absolutely shutting down 3 players from Flair from getting back to the play. That gave time and space for the 3-on-1 to happen. And yes, big props to SirDimwi there to shut down those chains from getting in to defend that.
And still somehow getting the disc back, but a tough slice shot from that corner for Voodoo. There's been a few for Voodoo where he's been almost, again, lined up with that pull from the sides or the top and bottom angles. So he's having a hard time with those angles, but getting tangled now with the punches. Doesn't matter. Grumpiest Broom is there for a delivery, and that's an 8-point lead now, courtesy of Grumpy and that pass to Chrome.
And that's kind of the difference between some of the top teams, what we just witnessed, some of the top teams and some of the, not quite top teams, is that ability when you flub it in the bubble to be able to get right back on the disc and go right back into a passing sequence to put it in there. Flair made that one happen, even with a bit of a flub. And, yeah, great goal there.
So rolling out Kangorillaz, a very straight line of passes does reach SirDimwi. So now they have a 2-on-2 unfolding at goal. Goes for the punch play on the assaulted goalie. Couldn't convert though. Grumpiest Broom doing good work. Sealable bag delivering right back to SirDimwi. Another pass, but that is a slightly too strong. Still though, Matt is there for the rebound. And another attempt here for SirDimwi and Co. as they go for the 3. 18-13, 125 remaining.
You know, the gnat on the goalie there, I didn't quite catch who it was, but even though he got stunned out, the player on Kangorillaz who was assaulting the goalie gets stunned out by the goalie. The goalie, nonetheless, can't make the save because it ultimately creates kind of a permanent screen or a temporary screen in front of the goalie there. So great play by whoever it was stunning the goalie out, or trying to stun the goalie out anyways.
Yeah, so at this point, less than a minute left. For Flair, they just want to hold on to it, maybe score if they can, but again, priority here is just drain some clock if nothing else. Score would be great, but if they can just hold on to this for another 20 seconds or so, they might be looking good, but instead it will be a turnover, but the clear not quite accurate enough, so it will delay them an extra couple. So precious time kind of going off the clock, being drained, but going for another 3 on another stun goalie. So 2-point game, but question is, can they come back one more time late?
15 seconds. I wanted to comment before there's still mathematical time, and there is. They did what they needed to do, and Kang could take us in 2 here if they're quick enough.
So we got to be really careful. There's the assault there, going deep for that shot. Will be had here by Game, and Game will put this one away off of what was almost a really close Kang comeback. That could have been ugly, but fortunately for all the viewers and us casters, we got ourselves a round 3, didn't we?
That we do. I can't get my mic right. There we go. Yeah, round 3 coming. That was so close there. Kang got really, really close to mounting that comeback. And despite the fact that it feels like that was a really fast minute. But
okay, they recognize it. Good.
Okay.
I was about to be really worried. They didn't. I was about to go ham on the Discord chat and ping. So,
but there goes our stats there. We did have, I did see possession for just a moment. So after that reset, there was about 2 minutes and 10 seconds possession to Flair and about 1 minute and 58 seconds to Kang. And I also saw, I believe it was, I'm not even going to guess. I can't quite remember. Somebody had game high points of 10, which would have maybe had them contesting the original game high points that I believe went to
SirDimwi.
See, was it SirDimwi? That's what I was thinking. So okay,
yeah.
Man, I wish we. That's timeout button, please, so we can keep our stats in the game.
Yeah.
But what an amazing matchup here between these two teams. This is ridiculous. This is phenomenal. The passing, I can't get over the passing. This is kind of thing on Nova. This is what we've been talking about lately. Is holding on the disc for too long. It gets us in situations where we get caught out. And, I mean, you see it here in action of just one-touch passes. You're not holding on to more than a second. It's masterful work from both teams here, and also amazing defenses.
And yeah, well, judging by just the community reaction and all the 40 viewers hopping in here, they're feeling it too. They're feeling that excitement. This has been a fantastic game, and that's 2 in a row for King, where I just say contenders for one of the best matches of the season so far. I mean, this is no doubt right up there with just some amazing high-level plays, and yeah, everyone in the audience loving it. So hello to everyone in there.
What just happened? Really unfortunate. Kang getting back in control, but then oh no, it's Chrome with the disc, and then a big turnover. But Kang, this is Kang's first win on the Joust here in the series in Game 3.
And normally a very quick team, able to get it there for a little bit, and right back is Sealable Bag, trying to back it out to Mad, playing that back line and trying to find some good footing to start this one off. Obviously, you had kind of the flip-flop of scores between round 1 and 2, where he had 17-9 favoring Kang first, and then 20-16 favoring Flair. So what are we going to see in this round 3, and who's going to take that control?
So far, we're seeing a lot of patience and a lot of uncharacteristically goofy passes here from Kang. I don't want to say goofy too derogatorily. I mean, just slightly missed passes in a couple shot attempts, but Kang's still in control.
Yeah, there was a bounce in there off the Geo, so kind of had to almost panic get rid of it once he received it back. But off the back, speaking of, who else but Game? Go ahead.
That was over a minute of Kang controlling that disc. I mean, it got into the hands of Flair a couple times, but Kang was in control of that disc for over a minute, and Flair gets a hold of it, sends it downfield, and puts it in within 5 seconds. I don't even know what to say to that. That was stupid. That was ridiculous. Oh, Flair. You're on fire.
A good kind of stupid, yeah? Yeah. So
the good kind of stupid. To be clear, yes.
Yeah, so we will be getting a Kangorillaz offensive set, perhaps trying to just catch the defense a little bit off balance. They will not, because there's Game. He gets the disc right back. There's going to be probably a shot attempt. Now he's going for it. That's going to bounce a little low, perhaps, so Voodoo will put it home just to guarantee the goal, and that's 4 points, opening this up for Flair. Are they in position to maybe do this again, twice on Kang?
They certainly, their speed right now is ridiculous. They've had a couple, that's 2 goals in a row where it was a clear down to Bubble, and they're there immediately on it, no one else to answer, and they're putting it in for those easy 2s. So yeah, Flair's speed right now is on point.
Now Kango's almost causing a turnover, unable to do so it will be right back to Game. He's gonna put it away from that upper angle, and right now Kango's starting to feel that heat from Flair. This is a 6-point lead. There's still a lot of time, but you do not want to keep giving this rhythm to Flair, because they will start piling it on before you know it.
And piling it on, that's 3 unanswered goals within the first 3 minutes here. Kang's got to make something happen, or else this is going to get away from them.
So that bounce pass off, but you can see it there, though. It's one of those tangible momentum shifts you can feel sometimes, where you just see in the opening 2 rounds, the last round included, despite the fact that Kang wasn't able to really take it away. You can see when those passes and those shots are all online, the rhythm's good, players are feeling good, but then you get scored on a few times in a row. You take a tough loss in round 2, and suddenly you see Kang missing a few of these passes that they were so crisp with in the opening 20 minutes.
I mean, not just in the opening.
Even this, the misread on the disc, like just the rhythm all out of balance, but luckily they do get the goal, courtesy of Mad, assisted by Loveridge.
And I was just going to say, not just uncharacteristic after the first 20 minutes, uncharacteristic for Kang, period. I mean, that's how they play. That controlled passing. When I tell people about the game and about playing the game, and I'm trying to give them an example of what controlled passing is supposed to look like, Kang is the example.
Oh yeah,
Kang is the preeminent controlled passing example.
They've been the safe to say premier passing team in Echo Arena, just in terms of length, consistency. I mean, they've been right up there as one of the best team chemistry kind of teams, where they just really focus on those extra passes and execute to perfection almost across the last year and a half plus. So it will be a grumpiest broom reception here, just diving a little bit out of the goal, but throwing it away to Mad. Mad looking for the bounce pass, but again, see these bounce passes, some of these looks are just kind of floating by Kangorillaz, so definitely not in a great rhythm to open this up. I think they're trying to ease that a little bit by these resets, but they need to be careful now.
Yeah, they really do, and especially every time, and another missed pass there, another missed opportunity there for Kang, still in control. But even when they're not missing, Flair's been doing a good job of stopping a lot of these opportunities. And
Oh,
again, there, Chrome Platypus with the grab on that feed to the player who's cutting in right in front of goal, and another race down here for it. Flair's going to get there first again, and oh no, goalie comes out of goal. Let's see what's going to happen.
all right, just opting to back it out. They had a 2-on-2 potentially, but just wanted to go for a better look. But now missing that one is game. He was a little bit bothered by Strembitsky's defense on the other side. Grumpy trying to undo a little bit of that and get it right back to his team, but Strembitsky gets a clear. So again, it's only a 4-point game, despite some of these misplays we're seeing. If they can get some of those classic bread and butter Kang passes, they're still going to be good. But right there, good defense, if nothing else. And now see if they can turn this into offense. But no, because Grumpy is just denying and playing those lanes again.
And now starting to see a little bit of a ping pong here between the two teams. Kang doing a good job of getting the disc back in the zone, but a couple unfortunate turnovers. As now Strem's going to move into the offensive zone here, pass it back there to Mad. Maybe we're going to see another missed pass there.
Yeah, maybe. They're going to tap it out, though, wisely. So 4 minutes left, and after what was a just blazingly fast 2 rounds, this third round, much slower pace, more ping-ponging, less scoring, trying to go for the passing. Seal gets it, deals it, but misses it, rebounds, can't find it, and then Seal one more time, 2 times, 3 times it, and right back to another pass, shouldering it, and trying to just shoulder this load, and it's going to be Seal finally after that assist from Strem, but it took them 2.5 minutes on that possession, that joust.
Yeah, and that you can almost see the aggravation in Sealable when he stuffed that one into the goal off the feed from Strem. But I mean, the number of almost there, the near misses, and I mean, we saw a double ding on one of those shots, which is those are so rare. And I mean, we saw one nonetheless. Kang having a little bit of trouble getting it in, but they are within 2, so this is still a game.
Oh, yes.
As Kang now forces that turnover and resets it for the offensive attack here.
Absolutely. So maybe that goal they bought earlier could be something, just enough to get them feeling a little bit normal again and normalized. Right there, going for the shots, but Grumpiest Broom sweeping down, cleaning up and finding the game. His team made on the other side, trying to ignite themselves for another goal, but unfortunately another intercept turns into some more ping-ponging as it goes right into the side wall. Strem is there, but Voodoo will contest, and a quick slap over, but look at that, Chrome. Perfect defense on Loveridge to cut off the lane.
And now we have another speed boost there.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness, Leverage. So both of these teams right now playing ridiculous defense in the goals. The saves right now from on both sides have been absurd.
And Loveridge, the less often goalie for Kangorillaz, usually not finding himself in the goal unless it's a kind of a scramble like that. A great grab, but a goal about to roll into this zone here for Kangorillaz. They do get a slap out, and it does in fact go through, just missing the hands of the mid lane. So Loveridge from the bottom has some options, goes for the shot, oh, it somehow gets it, and it's a 1-point lead with less than 2 minutes for Kangorillaz.
Wow, what a shot there from Loveridge. 12 meters out, 8 meters a second. Actually, that was definitely faster than 8 meters a second. I don't know how fast it was on the way in. Goalie got there and maybe seemed surprised by that shot. It goes in nonetheless. And with a minute and a half to go, so 1-goal game. And it's still anybody.
Now that rollout a bit botched there, but fortunately recovered by Voodoo, the gentlest of pass outs over there, trying not to pass out from all this anxiety as Voodoo does get the shot. Great look, assisted by Chrome.
I mean, this is where we're going to start seeing those quick scores happen. That was 14 seconds there after 2.5 minutes. And a very quick answer there from Flair to take the lead back. But with a minute to go and only a point difference, this is still anybody's game.
Just an absolutely high-level competitive match that is a pleasure to cast, pleasure to see, living up to all the hype and then some as Chrome goes for a pass right down low. It is crunch time now, so every single shot, and just the same, every single error is absolutely vital in the context of this outcome. So let's see what happens here as Kang looks to go back on offense. The goal is open. Strembitsky not quite making that one. It will be rebounded here by Chrome. He needs to get rid of it quickly, but the midline, Mad, finds it. And now Kang separating out, looking for that offensive formation, trying to get the passing plays at play. If they get this shot, they could be going for a game winner. So we'll go to Seal. Oh, but loses it off the stun there. One more. Strembitsky trying to find it. And into the goal for man. Up by one. No time. It's Kangorillaz in the clutch. Again and again over the weeks. Still squeaking by and maintaining a fantastic record and ending a fantastic game.
Unreal. I mean, absolutely unreal. That feed there. I believe that was Strem to Mad as the reset comes, as I was about to make the call on it. But yeah, in literally the last 10 seconds, once they came out of the tubes, there would have been 2 seconds left on the clock. A buzzer beater for sure. Absolutely ridiculous, that goal there to go in. And that was I'm going back to stupid. That was stupid. That was ridiculous, absurd, out of this world, mind blowing, ridiculous game here. A phenomenal rematch. I mean, I said it coming in. I said I wasn't hoping for a good matchup here. I was expecting one, and a good match is what we got. I mean, it was so well played from both these teams. Don't know what more to say about it.
Yep. Sorry. Blood pressure, calming down. Palidore, calming down. Apologies to the eardrums I may have broke. Although I did put a compressor filter on this time, so hopefully it wasn't too bad. But oh, wow. Yeah, the end, as chat is saying there. Yeah, this is the final day of week 7. And could not end it. Not that it's over yet, but couldn't have a better main event match, I suppose, for the day. Obviously, this is like the week long. This was the most hyped match of it because of the whole story from that last time around. I mean, the last series, too, if you recall, and I'm sure you guys do, it was won on that game, a winner from Flair. And right in the end of the third, same thing here for this one, all the way down to round 3, and it was another just game-ending shot in the expiring seconds of the clock. And how could you ask for anything better? You couldn't write it better. So for the 40-plus people who've tuned in and out and back in again, and will be no doubt watching this in the VOD and highlighting and analyzing, I mean, yeah. Thanks, Kang. Thanks, Flair. That was a joy.
And to any of the historians hundreds of years in the future looking back on this this historical piece of sportery. Here, hello from the past.
Exactly. Hello to hashtag ESPN. Get Echo on ESPN. We can do it. Never know. I mean, if nothing else, this will be our demo reel to all these sports channels out there looking for something to cover all the time slots. Because yeah, man, I'm sweating. But yeah, fantastic match. Really glad that we got to cast that and so many people got to watch it. That was so fun. But with that said, we have, now it's going to be tough to follow, but we do have a lot of, a handful of other matches, a few at least. Let's see, yeah, Illuminati Spaghetti. That's going to be coming up in about a little under 2 hours. That's at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. And we have There Is No Team versus Nebula, about 15 minutes after that. And then we'll be ending the night with Illuminati versus There Is No Team. So 3 more matches on the way, and we'll get them casted, I'm sure. But yes. Just great viewing all around. And also...
Yeah, I have nothing else to add. Yeah, it was a great game. And like you said, it's going to be hard to follow. That was awesome.
Oh, and just wanted to say a quick shout out and thanks again to everyone on Twitch. There was an awful lot of interaction and hype. I know there's a bunch of people who are watching in kind of voice party channels. We have people in the chat channels. We have people tweeting about it. And all excited, so it's good to see, and we're happy, in these tumultuous times to just get some levity and some entertainment involved here with these matches. So we will continue to cast and show off as many of these matches as we can throughout the weeks, and happily so. So just yeah, thank you again to everybody. But with that said and done, and that match in the books, Dimwi, I think it's time for us to go and cool off.
Yeah, I think so.
So
yeah, I'm hungry after that one.
Yeah, why not? I'll eat in honor of that match. So thanks to everyone once again for tuning in. I've been Palidore. That's been SirDimwi. This has been VRML in a nutshell. And we'll see you again very, very soon. Be safe, be healthy, wash your hands, distance yourselves, but ultimately, have a good night.